Welcome to your daily dose of dividend. Today we're going to take a look at Hershey's. With a market cap of $43 billion, they operate in the confectioners industry. Over the last 10 years, we can see that they have performed similar like the S&P 500 with its dividends reinvested. And let's take a look at some sales numbers. These are data over an average period of 5 years, and the sales growth has been 3.8%, so a check mark here. The earnings growth is actually very high, 16.3%, so that's a big check mark. And the analyst estimates that it will continue to grow its earning by 9.5%, so a bit slow down here, but still a check mark. We have a threshold on the earnings of 8%. The return of capital is also great, 21.5%. The threshold is 12%, so yeah, they are really good at making money of money. And if we take a look at their debt and the cash they produce, they can pay it back in only about 3.4 years. So that's a check mark. And they have been buying back shares quite a lot in recent years, so that's also a check mark. We can take a look at some dividend data. First out, the dividend yield. That's actually an cross, 1.7%. So they're not raising their dividend a lot, and the yield is quite low. But in the consumer sector, the yield tends to be a bit low, so it can be hard to find high-yielding companies in this industry. The payout ratio is actually mediocre. It's below the threshold of 70%, but it's still up there, 45%. And the growth rate is mediocre, 7.83%. The threshold is 5% here, so at least it's a check mark here. And they have been increasing their dividend for 13 years. Not bad. So yeah, check mark there. That brings us up to 9 out of 10 points for Hershey's, only falling a bit short on the dividend yield. But they are raising it quite slow, and they are already in a semi-high payout ratio, so I wouldn't hope too much of the yield becoming much higher in the next coming years. But yeah, maybe further on. We can take a look at the valuation from gurufocus.com. You can actually see that it's a bit high valued at the moment compared to its historical values and also future estimates. So what's your guys' thought on Hershey? You can post a comment in the section below. Let us also take a brief look at fast graphs for the current valuation and future estimates. So here we are at fast graphs. We are now at the max amount of time we can see back to 2002. And overall, it's growing its earnings quite steadily actually. So yeah, if you want stability, this might be a stock for you. The earnings growth over these years has been 8.63%. So if it falls maybe a bit short of the S&P 500, but it provides the stability though. If we switch to some forecasting, and if we see if it's gonna trade as its normal multiple, I like to do it for its 10-year multiple. We can see that it's a bit overvalued right now, and it's not that strange. Many investors are flocking to some safer, more recession-proof investments right now, so that pushes up the PE. It's actually very high for a food company, 27.7. So maybe now is not the time to bank your bucks into Hershey's. But anyway, if we project to end of 2024, and if it's gonna trade at its same PE, you can see here at the bottom row that it will only yield a total annual rate of return of 3.76%. So that wouldn't be a great investment right now. That's it for today, guys, for Hershey's. If you have any requests of other stocks, you can just put them down in the comments. And have a great day. Bye.